In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on January 15, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Dolphins versus Buffalo Bills. The playoffs are here, and this weekend begins the Wildcard round. On Sunday, January 15th, the number 2 seed Buffalo Bills host the number 7 seed Miami Dolphins. These two teams split the season series, but the Dolphins will be without their most important player as they make the trip to upstate New York. Miami is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 playoff games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 division games, while the under is 5-0 in their last 5 playoff games. Buffalo is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record, and 1-3-1 against the spread in their last 5 home games against a team with a losing road record, while the under is 5-1 in their last 6 games following an against the spread win. The Dolphins will be without Tagovailoa on Sunday as Thompson gets the start. Thompson and the offense did not score a touchdown in their last game against the Jets. Thompson was pressured often in the game as the offensive line broken down on many occasions. The same will happen in Buffalo in front of a rowdy fan base. The Bills will be all over Miami from the start. The offense led by Allen should find its groove, with this being the 3rd time that these teams have met. No matter what Miami throws at Buffalo, they will have a counter. The Bills are 7th in yards per game in the rushing attack and the passing attack. It's going to be a tough spot for the Dolphins in this one, as I think Miami was lucky to slide themselves into the postseason picture. But right now, as it stands, Tua is out for this game, and it would lead the Dolphins to playing a backup quarterback in Skylar Thompson on the road. In Buffalo in January, when these Dolphins were using heaters in mid-60s weather not that long ago, I just believe that the Bills have the edge playing in that kind of environment, and it comes back to bite the Dolphins here. This is a balanced team that will be able to get an easy W against a Dolphins team that lost 5 straight before their win against the Jets on Sunday. So the Buffalo Bills to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The weather should not be a huge issue for either team. Yes, the conditions will be cold as temperatures will hover below freezing, but there is no snow in the forecast. With that being said, the Dolphins are still going to have a tough time moving the ball and scoring points, while the Bills will not, against a defense they will have seen for the 3rd time this year. I don't see the Dolphins scoring much at all. They put up only 11 points in their Week 18 finale against the Jets, and that was a home game. Now they are going on the road into one of the toughest environments to play in across the entire NFL, with a 7th-round rookie quarterback under center. Skylar Thompson is averaging just 5.1 yards per attempt on the season, and he has thrown only 1 touchdown all year. He has just 21 total rushing yards, too, so it's not like he adds anything with his legs, and Miami's offense has been pretty anemic with him out there. Understandably so. Whether it has been Thompson or Teddy Bridgewater, this offense just isn't the same without Tua Tagovailoa. The Bills boast one of the best defenses in the league and just forced New England's Mac Jones to throw 3 interceptions this past week. In their game right before that, they held Justin Fields to just 119 yards as the Bears scored only 13 points. The under is 5-1 in the Dolphins' last 6 games after allowing less than 250 total yards in their previous game. The under is 5-1 in the Bills' last 6 games following an against the spread win. I believe Miami will not score more than 10 points. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Giants versus Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings play host to the New York Giants on Sunday in an intriguing opening round playoff game from U.S. Bank Stadium. The Giants hit the road in this one, having struggled down the stretch but doing enough to still work their way back into the postseason. For the Vikings, a win in the finale helped get them back on the right path heading into the most important part of the season as well. This also serves as the 2nd time these two square off this season, after the Vikings snuck by with a 3-point win on Christmas Eve. That one came came down to the wire, and there's little doubt that this one won't end up being similar. Fans will be locked in, and while in Minnesota again, it could be one of the best games of the weekend. New York is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 overall and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games. The Giants are 5-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. Meanwhile, the Vikings are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 overall and 2-8 against the spread in their last 11 versus the NFC. Minnesota is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 after a straight-up win. The Vikings have found ways to win in close games, and the team has shown the confidence that they are never out of a game entirely. With that being said, the Vikings just haven't won by margin this season. On aggregate, the Vikings have allowed more points than they've scored, and the defense has been the Achilles heel. New York should be able to move the ball effectively against the Minnesota defense, and Barkley should be able to move the ball well on the ground. The Giants' defense has been strong in the red zone and on third down conversion rates. With Minnesota being very reliant on Jefferson, the Giants will be able to key in almost exclusively on him and slow down his production. While the Vikings may find a way to pull out the victory, they will likely rely on the leg of Greg Joseph late in the game, as we have seen many times. So the New York Giants to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. We know these teams will be able to move the ball very effectively. Neither of these defenses generate much of a pass rush, and the defenses haven't been getting many takeaways. We should see both offenses find their way into the red zone. The big playability of Jefferson and the legs of Jones will keep the drives alive. In a game where it is win or go home, expect to see an extra amount of fourth down offensive sets where we would usually see the punting unit. This game went over the total the last time these teams faced, and I don't foresee either team changing their game plans this time around. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati Bengals. The Baltimore Ravens visit the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday night with the third and final game of Sunday's NFL playoff slate for Wildcard weekend. The Ravens come into this game at 10-7 and losers of 3 of their last 5 games. They will be without quarterback and former league MVP Lamar Jackson, who remains out with a knee injury. The Bengals come into this game with a record of 12-4 and have won 8 straight games, including a defeat of the Ravens in their final game of the season. The 2 AFC North combatants have split their season series this year, with each team winning its home game. It's not easy to beat the same team twice in as many weeks, but the Ravens are severely handicapped if Lamar Jackson can't play. Heck, even if Jackson tries to give it a go, it's been over a month since he's practiced in any capacity. This isn't an ideal spot where you get thrown into the fire after so much time down and out. This all hinges on whether Lamar Jackson plays or not, and the announcement will swing the line heavily. Without him, I have a very hard time seeing the Ravens hit this cover, as missing their starting quarterback with all the drama surrounding the situation will likely be a blow to their morale. If number 8 does play, then Baltimore will be a serious threat to Cincinnati's run. The Ravens' defense stacks up to the Bengals, allowing 18.5 points per game compared to 20. The problem is that they're miles apart offensively, averaging 21 points per game compared to 26 points. The Cincinnati Bengals have been covering machines dating back to last season, and they haven't lost a game since Halloween. Without the added offensive punch from Lamar Jackson, I don't see Baltimore having enough juice to cover this spread in the postseason. Until further updates, we're laying just under a full touchdown, so the Cincinnati Bengals to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Given these AFC North Division rivals, you'd expect a lower total than most, and you've got it. Some of this number is built around the question of Lamar Jackson playing or not. In the first meeting, the total stayed under as the Ravens won a tight game, 19-17. The final meeting in Week 18 had a posted total of 39, but the Ravens also rested several starters, and backup Tyler Huntley didn't play. Much of this total is about how much the Bengals can score on the Ravens' defense. The Ravens' offense is now stagnant without Lamar Jackson, averaging just 13 points per game. If the Ravens can score 17, this score can go past the total. I expect the Ravens to be prepared and do enough on offense, but I also expect that the Bengals will be able to get to the mid to high 20s as well. Additionally, the total has gone over in 4 of the last 5 games when Baltimore plays in Cincinnati. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.